Hi there, this is Timur Jaiswal here. I'm the founder at Quantum Labs. Now, this video is to address, people asking what exactly Quantum Labs is, right? What do we do? And, how exactly, small, medium size and large corporations, they benefit from our services. So I will keep it very short and simple, right? So Quantum Labs is a growth acceleration company. As a growth acceleration company, we help other companies. It may be a bootstrap startup, right? It may be a small company, it may be a mid-sized company or a large corporation in India or outside India. Quantum Labs helps them in scaling up their revenue. So when I say scaling up the revenue, what it means is that whatever your turnover is, as a growth acceleration company, we will 10 times it in a stipulated time frame or a timeline. It may be 1 year or 2 years, right? And we will give you assurance in terms of 10xing your revenue as long as you're following our protocols, you're following our solution blueprint. In Quantum Labs, there are two methodologies that we follow. Methodology one is growth consulting. In growth consulting, we focus on creating the foundation of a company. Majority of the companies or company owners, CEOs, they tend to overlook on the holistic picture that a company has to, function on. And they will mainly focus on the key metrics like revenue is there, right? The lead generation part is there if you are a B2B company or a service sector. Web conversions would be there if you are a SaaS-based company, right? However, the revenue is not triggered by just one or two metrics. It is the complete revenue cycle, the sales cycle, the production cycle, right? There are almost 11 to 12 various kind of business functions. To start with, it can be legal compliance, it can be finance, it can be IT infrastructure, it can be operations, it can be sales, it can be sales enablement, it can be marketing, right? In marketing, it can be digital marketing, performance marketing, or it can be, your own public relations, the PR part of it. It can be online reputation management, right? Like that, there are odd 11 to 15 various business functions which impacts growth in the long term. So as a growth consulting phase or method one, we focus on ensuring that all these business functions are intact, functioning, active, and in place so that it can support your company's growth. So your foundation should be solid. That's what we do in growth consulting. And it is not just about consulting, giving presentations, giving suggestions, or sharing frameworks or strategies. It is also including many soft deliverables, right? So we are a technology heavy company. We use data analytics to give you predictions which will help you make better business decisions, right? Let's say, for example, you are lacking into the legal part of it, right? So we have our own team of corporate lawyers which will create legal instruments for you, which will help you mitigate future risk, right? With that, we also have our own team of subject matter experts in all the business functions. So in consulting, it is not just presentations or suggestions or recommendation, it is also multiple soft deliverables, which will not just make you ready for the market, but also enable you for 10x growth. That is our goal. Once we have delivered the solution blueprint in the consulting phase, right, we will focus on growth execution. That is phase two. As a company, if you have the resources, you can, execute the solution blueprint on your own, or you can outsource it to us and we will execute it for you, depending on your comfort level, right? And also the availability of resources. So in a nutshell, I've explained you what Quantum Labs is. And we have worked with multiple companies across the world, in India and outside India, in multiple domains, multiple industries. However, we tend to avoid working with heavy engineering and infrastructure companies. We tend to avoid working with pharmaceutical companies, right? Reason is pretty straightforward. They are not directly associated with growth strategies, especially pharmaceutical companies. They have there are own ethical reasons. That's the reason we don't focus on pharmaceutical companies. And heavy engineering, like construction of dams and roads, they don't require much of growth consulting strategies because they work with tenders and government and so on. So yes, that is what we do in Quantum Labs. We are backed by IIM, IIT alumni. I myself am an IIM Kohikode alumni. I'm also alumni from University of Wales Institute at Cardiff from UK. I have 20 years of experience dealing with corporates, clients across the world. And I worked in the education sector. I worked into the technology sector, and I also worked in, helping various kind of startups grow, right? Apart from that, I'm also a serial entrepreneur. I own 5 companies, and I have, tried and tested multiple businesses. And I would, love to share my expertise. My team is on standby to work with you. However, the first step is discovery call. So take this video as an informative video leading to a very simple call to action where we invite you as a decision maker, as a businessman, as a CEO of your company, as a managing director to come on a 30 minutes discovery call with us, wherein we will understand what is your position, where do you stand, and how we can work together, ensuring that you get your 10x revenue. Very simple example. If you are at 1 crore, we will help you reach 10 crores. If you are at 10 crores, we will help you reach 10x revenue goal, right? So that is what we will focus on. So we look forward to the first discovery call with you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to get back to us. Thank you very much.